Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on Living Mice from Minecraft. Now if you want to hear how it's supposed to sound all the way through, I've done a cover version of it. I'll leave a link in the description and also I'll put a card above if I remember to do it. So go and have a listen to what it sounds like all the way through and then come back and we'll be ready to play it. Just before I teach you it though as well, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, leave me some comments in the comment section including any songs you'd want to learn. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me, keep me doing these videos, I've got a Patreon account. I'll also put the tabs on there, but it just helps support me, keeps me doing these videos. I'll leave a link to my Patreon page in the description. Okay, so guitars in standard tuning. We've got quite a lot to get through. So the first line, it repeats, but it sounds like this. So for that, we're just playing open G, G2, then E, B1 to E. So the first bar. Second bar is just the same first four notes. And just holds it on. So the first two bars. And I did that twice. In the actual song I think it does it more times, but in my version I just did that twice through. Okay, next line. Sounds like this. So for that we play the open A string and B10. And then E8, E7. Then we're going to go back to playing the A string and B8 at the same time. And then B10 and E10. So bars 3 and 4, so the first two bars of that line go 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then into bar 5, which is just the A string again and B10, E12 and E10. And then back to the B10 with the A string, and then play E12, and then B13. So bars 5 and 6 go. So the whole line goes 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3. On to the next line, goes this. So for that we're playing the D string now, and on the E string it's going to go 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, so the bar 7 you get, and then B10 and the D string at the same time in bar 8, all the way up to E15. If you've got a classical guitar, you'll have to just reach around on that. It's the highest note I think we have to go up to in the whole song, so it's only that one note. So E15 and the D string, and then E12, B13, back to that E15, and then into the next bar, bar 10, you play the D string, and then E10 at the same time, and then B10. So you get. So the whole line slowly goes. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. On to the next line. We're going to play. Actually, let me just play this line for you. It goes. So, bar 11, we play the A string with B5 and E8. And then E7, B5, E8, and E7. So it goes. And then in bar 12, I'm playing the A string again in the bass, then B8 with the first finger, second finger on G9, and then B10, and then E10. So bar 12 is, and then bar 13, you're going back to the G9 and B10 with the open A at the same time. If you use your first and second fingers, it's going to be easier to stretch up to the little finger on E12 and then E10. So bar 13 goes. And then bar 14, we play the A string, G9, and put your finger across the E10 and the B10 at the same time. Then E12, and then that last little chord there, E8, B10 and G9, all at the same time. So bar 14 goes. So the whole line slowly goes. On to the next line, and we get this. Mucked up that end bit there. So we play the A string and the E string at the same time. And then I'm doing a couple of harmonics on B12 and then B12 and then G12. I'm doing them by putting my index finger on the right over the fret wire and plucking with my thumb. Alternatively, you could just play the open B and the open G strings, or you could take your fingers off and do normal harmonics. Either way will sound fine. So you've got either, or you could go, or you could go. So there's options for you there, and then play E12 and B13, so you get, and then we play A7 with my first finger, and I'm barring across so I can use my second finger on B8, and then my first finger still holding down E7, then use my little finger onto E10, so you got into bar 17. I've got fret 10 on the A string and 8 on the B string. We play them at the same time. Then B10, E12, E8, then E12. So bar 17 goes. And bar 18, fret 9 on the A string and 10 on the E string, and we play them at the same time. Then E12, then E8. So this line's a little bit tricky, so the whole line goes. On to the next line, it sounds like this. So for that, I've barred my first finger on the 8th fret from the A string downwards, third finger on 10 on the D string. And I play the A string, the D string, and the E string all at the same time. Then a G9, B12, then B8. So you get then E12, and then E8. So bar 19. Then move down to fret 7 and bar. Use your third finger on G9, and so you can play the A7 and the G9 at the same time. B8, E7, B8 and E10 at the same time, so you get. Next bar, bar 21, 10 on the A string, 8 on the B string at the same time. Then B10, E12, E8, back to E12, E10, and then B10. So bar 21. And then we go down to fret 9 on the A string and B8, B10, E12, E8 and E10. So the whole line slowly goes. On to the next line, it sounds like this. So for that, play the A string and E12, E8, E7, B8 and G9. So you get then A10 and E12 at the same time, B13 and B12, so bar 24. Then into bar 25, I've got my first finger across E and the B strings at the 10th fret, second finger on the G11 and little finger on E12, and I'll play the open D string at the same time. Take the little finger off, so we play the E10, B10, a little pull off from G11 to G9, and then D12, so you get, and then a bit of a stretch, E8 and E12 at the same time, so this E8, this E12, and E10, and then B10, so you get, so the whole line slowly goes. And on to the next line, the second last line, we play A string and the open G string at the same time. Hammer onto fret 2 of the G string, so you got open E, B1, and then E, so you got. And then it's the same thing, but we move the bass note down to E3, so we get. And then open the next bar, bar 29 is the same as 27. And bar 30, we just go to fret 3 on the A string. So the whole line goes. And then the last line just goes. So that last line should be pretty straightforward, and that's the whole song. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson and you found it easy enough. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, leave me some comments in the comment section, including where in the world you're from, any songs you want to learn, what videos you want me to do, any covers you want me to play. Don't forget to check out the cover of this. If you want to print the tabs off for this, I'll put it on my Patreon account. I've set it as cheaply as possible. And it just helps support my channel as well, so you can go and check that out. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. Thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.